अभी हमारे पास और बहुत सी खबरें हैं और बताना अभी आपको यह है कि बरतानिया की पहली मुसलमान खातून वज़ीर दाखिला शबाना महमूद ने बर्मिंघम में नुमाइंदा जियो न्यूज़ है हमारी साथी हैं साइमा हारून भी उनसे बात की है। और ये पहली दफ़ा है कि होम सेक्रेटरी शबाना महमूद का ने ओहदा संभालने के बाद किसी भी पाकिस्तानी न्यूज़ चैनल से गुफ्तगू की है। एक मुख्तसर सा इंटरव्यू है, कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग बातें हैं, कुछ उनकी अपनी पाकिस्तान की यादें हैं, कुछ नॉस्टैल्जिया है। लेट्स वॉच इट टुगेदर।
मेरे साथ मौजूद है इस वक्त बरतानिया की पहली मुसलमान खातून वज़ीर दाखिला शबाना महमूद, जिनका मेरी तरह आबाई ताल्लुक़ आज़ाद कश्मीर से है और वो प्राउड ड्रमी भी हैं, यानी बर्मिंघम की शहरी हैं। और होम सेक्रेटरी बनने के बाद किसी भी पाकिस्तानी न्यूज़ चैनल को पहला इंटरव्यू देने जा रही है। शबाना, बहुत शुक्रिया जियो न्यूज़ को वक्त देने का। जब आप होम सेक्रेटरी बनने जा रही थी तब आपका और आपके वालिदैन का क्या रिएक्शन था?
Oh gosh, well look, I was in the cabinet already since the 2024 general election. I was the Lord Chancellor, Secretary of State for Justice. I was very proud, and it was, you know, when I was sworn in at the Royal Court of Justice by the Lady Chief Justice as the new Lord Chancellor. My parents were there, my brothers, my sister, my two sisters-in-law, my nephew, my nieces. You know, it was a wonderful family occasion, and my parents were in tears the whole time. And I was so proud because I was able to quote from the Holy Quran as well about what Islam teaches us about justice. And it was a big moment for me and my family. And to be honest, I didn't think anything could happen in my political career that would top that moment.
ये ना सिर्फ आपके लिए, आपकी फैमिली के लिए, बल्कि पूरी कम्युनिटी के लिए काबिल फ़ख्र लम्हा था। होम सेक्रेटरी बनने के बाद आपने बड़ी जल्दी कुछ रिफॉर्म्स जैसे इमिग्रेशन और पुलिस रिफॉर्म्स किए। उनकी ज़रूरत क्यों पेश आई और जो आपने टारगेट सेट किए हैं क्या वो अचीव कर पाएंगी?
Yes, so I've been in now for about 5 months. My feet haven't touched the ground since I became the Home Secretary. When under the Tory government, we had a very large number of people come, over 600,000, when we were looking for 6,000 social care workers. But actually we ended up with 616,000 people. Now, if you're in Pakistan or anywhere else in the world and you plan for a small few thousand and you actually get hundreds of thousands, that's going to be a big question for anybody in any country. The Tories didn't sort that out, so it's fallen to me to sort it out. I think it's fair to say we want a system based on contribution. You pay into our country, you can draw the benefits out of the country. So I think it's fine to change the period before you get indefinite leave to remain. In the end, look, in most countries, you can go there, live on a work visa for decades, and you don't get any rights in those countries. You know, in large parts of the world, the Middle East, elsewhere, you don't accrue citizenship rights in those countries. I think it's fine for us. We have a more generous system, but I think it's fine for us to say we want to control it. So that's the area where I'm making the biggest reforms. Structure of policing doesn't necessarily put us in the best position to deal with all of the serious violence, as well as what I call everyday crime like shoplifting, phone theft, antisocial behaviour. When there's big problems in the country, people focus on the more serious offences, but actually in our local communities we know that it's things like shoplifting that really bother local people. So the reforms that I've announced are about changing the structure so that we can meet every type of crime and we can have the right policing in the right place.
पाकिस्तान और बरतानिया के मजबूत ताल्लुकात हैं, लेकिन पाकिस्तानी हुकूमत को काफ़ी तशवीश है कि यहाँ से कुछ लोग बैठकर पाकिस्तान की हुकूमत के खिलाफ प्रोपेगेंडा करते हैं। क्या आपसे कभी हुकूमत ने इस बारे में ऑफिशियली कोई कंप्लेन रजिस्टर करवाई कि इस सिचुएशन को देखें हुकूमत, बरतानवी हुकूमत?
Well, there's always government-to-government contact, and of course we're, you know, very happy to have strong and positive relationships with the government of Pakistan. I won't comment on any specifics, but when we're dealing with other countries, sometimes people do have complaints, but we do have a democracy. You know, people are free to use their freedoms as long as they don't break the law, and so, you know, we will always enforce the law of our own land. But there is a difference here how we approach issues of freedom of speech, political campaigning. So, you know, we will always make sure that anything that's happening here is in accordance with our law, and if it isn't, we will always take action.
आपका आबाई ताल्लुक आज़ाद कश्मीर से है। कब आप आखिरी मरतबा आज़ाद कश्मीर गई थी और अब होम सेक्रेटरी बनने के बाद क्या पाकिस्तान जाने का कोई इरादा है आपका?
I'd love to. It's been many years since I last visited, actually, since my political career took off. I haven't been able to travel to see family in Pakistan and in Kashmir, so it's been many years, but I'd love to visit as soon as I'm able to. I would love to.
तो क्या चीज़ सबसे ज़्यादा एंजॉय की थी आप जब गई थी? क्या देखना पसंद करती हैं?
Family, food. I enjoyed cooking, actually, so you know, that was lovely. I was at my Mahala's house, and yeah, no, I really loved sort of learning to cook in that traditional traditional way. I'm a good cook at home anyway, but doing it the traditional way was a lot of fun. And of course, the scenery is very beautiful, very, very beautiful. Lots of it is, you know, like paradise on earth, as they say.
आपने बताया आप खाना बड़ा अच्छा बनाती हैं, तो क्या सबसे अच्छा क्या बनाती हैं? मुझे नहीं अंदाजा था कि
Gosh
आप
palak. Gosh palak is my little specialty. I do like that. I make keema quite well. So yeah, anything that, you know, requires a lot of tadka and a lot of caramelization, that's very much.
आप जब ऑपोजिशन में थी तो पाकिस्तानी ड्रामे बड़े शौक से अपनी वालदा के साथ देखती थी। क्या आप होम सेक्रेटरी बनने के बाद भी आपको टाइम मिलता है? और
इतना टाइम नहीं मिलता. I don't get as much time as I would like. My Urdu improves a lot when I'm watching dramas, but unfortunately I don't have that much time, so I dip in and out a bit more now.
जो ब्रिटिश सोसाइटी है वेरी टॉलरेंट सोसाइटी इसको हम कहते हैं, लेकिन पिछले कुछ अरसे से हम देख रहे हैं जो इस्लामोफोबिया है, नस्ली मुनाफरत है, उसके वाक़यात काफ़ी बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, तो उनको कैसे कंट्रोल करेंगे? उसके लिए क्या कोई कानून साजी करने जा रहे हैं?
Well, look, lots of hate crime is on the rise. Islamophobia is on the rise in the UK. Anti-Semitism is on the rise in the UK as well. It's obviously important for us as a government to say we have a zero tolerance policy for all these types of hate crimes. We already have quite a strong legislative framework. We're about to introduce a new definition of Islamophobia to help guide public policy and practice, because this is a tolerant country. It's always in my life been a tolerant country. I'm British. I'm English, I'm a Brahmi, I'm a Muslim woman, my parents are from Azad Kashmir originally, you know, I speak Mirpur as well as English. I'm very proud of my heritage, and I'm the Home Secretary of this country, so there are tremendous, there's a tremendous sense of generosity in this country, which I think is incredible.
लेकिन आपको भी इस रंग और नस्ल की वजह से नफरत का निशाना बनाया जाता रहा है। गुज़श्ता इलेक्शन में हमने देखा कि आपकी अपनी कम्युनिटी ने आपको भी, आपकी फैमिली को भी टारगेट किया, इसको आप कैसे देखती हैं?
Recent years, yes, I faced a lot more abuse from people because they want to say I'm not a proper Muslim, or they think that I haven't taken a strong enough position on events in the Middle East, that I'm not pro-Palestinian enough for some people. And I think, you know, it's legitimate to have your own political views. We live in a democracy. I would never want to see that change. But there is a way to do things. And I think that the way you run a campaign, the way you behave when you're saying your political beliefs, you're representing your political views, I think the way you do that says a lot about you as a person. I also am a firm believer that in the end we're all answerable to God. And so as long as I believe I'm doing the right thing for the right reasons, nobody can affect me, nobody can hurt me. I'm always going to do what I think is right.
क्या फ्यूचर में हम देखेंगे आपको लेबर पार्टी की पहली खातून लीडर और बरतानिया की पहली मुसलमान वज़ीर आज़म बनते हुए?
Oh gosh, that's a big question. Look, I'm very focused on my job as Home Secretary, and you know, the Prime Minister is my boss, and I enjoy working for him and serving the Labour Party. I've always said that anybody who's in politics that tells you they haven't dreamt of doing the top job isn't telling you the truth, which is, you know, I think that's pretty accurate. But for myself, you know, what a privilege, what a blessing for me to be the Home Secretary of my country. It's an incredible job, massive privilege. It's what I'm focused on doing. I'm not thinking about anything else.
थैंक यू सो मच शबाना, आपने हमें टाइम दिया, मेरे लिए भी ऑनर की बात थी आपको।
Always lovely to see you, Simon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.